Hello party people, it's your girl Gigi Robinson. If you were new here, I'm so happy you're here. I am going to be telling you a story about how I landed a podcast deal with Spotify. Some of you may notice that I'm wearing this sweater again. I absolutely love it. It's so awesome. It's from Abercrombie. I got it on super sale. I don't know what it's called, but once I find it, I'll link it in the description. So I promised you all a little story about how I landed my brand partnership with Spotify because, well, one, it's a fucking partnership with Spotify, and two, people just like podcasts and live audio nowadays, so I guess I will do this video about how I developed my skills as a host and live audio talk show producer. It has been so much fun, such a wild ride, such an amazing time, and I just can't wait to share everything that is to come with that. For now, my story kind of goes like this. It's also about like the art of shooting your shot, which I talk about a lot. Again, if you've watched my LinkedIn video or my internship videos, you will know that that is a big part of who I am and what I do. Basically, I started Everything You Need Is Within on Instagram Live. If you don't know, it's my live audio talk show. It's my baby. It's my podcast. I really love her. I think it's really awesome. It's about Gen Z perspectives and dialogues and interviews and thought leadership with different global leaders, creators, influencers, etc. I think if you're interested, just go check it out. GigiRobinson.com/podcast. So I started it last year because I was really having some difficulty accepting the way that 2020 went with the way that influencers were or weren't talking about issues that were going on in the world that were more serious than, posting about fashion or boots or whatever. So I was like, how can I start advocating more? How can I be a better ally? How can I elevate other people from diverse backgrounds that are my friends with more, dialogues that are just really, really interesting and also will help other people gain new perspectives, especially Gen Zers. I started in January of 2020, literally just going live on Instagram and testing this out. My goal was to do one a week for 52 weeks, aka one show a week. So I did that pretty consistently for 17 weeks, which I believe gets us up until April or May. Something was happening where I was booking guests and they just kept being like, oh my God, no, sorry, can't do that, whatever, canceling. And I was like, universe is trying to give me a sign, something needs to change. So I kind of sat down with myself and was like, how can I rebrand Everything You Need Is Within and pitch it to networks? I wasn't even how can I rebrand and relaunch? I was like, no, we're doing this, we're getting picked up by a network, and I already believed it. And I think that that's something that's also so important with manifestation. And I'm not a manifestation guru or expert, and I definitely will share my tips and tricks, but I'm telling you guys, this was all programmed in my mind before it even happened. It wasn't a matter of what studio was going to sign me or when it was going to get picked up. It just was a matter of time catching up to that thought that I already had, which kind of sounds crazy, but I had a feeling. So I made this entire podcast deck, which I can kind of walk through some of the different pages, but the first page was kind of me with my quote saying if you could change the way Gen Z grows up, would you? And that's something that the show really embodies, right? It's about providing resources and conversations that can help shape the next generation in the way that they think about different topics around mental health. That was kind of there. Then I kind of did a deep dive into me, who I am. You guys already know who I am, but that's what it looks like. After that, I believe I put up the episodes, what I already did there, the different podcasts I've been on, just to kind of show my interview skills. And if you are somebody that does do podcasting or you want to become a more established creator, definitely try to get on other people's podcasts. It's an amazing way, one, to have conversations, and two, to spread a lot more of your information and expertise to the world and to a new audience, not just your own. And also you're introducing and elevating somebody else when you go and then you start talking about it, you share it, etc. I do have a podcast playlist with about 27 hours of me talking, being interviewed, which I know is a lot, but I've been on so many different podcasts. I believe it's 32 right now. That's just insane to me, and I'm super grateful, and I love all of the podcast episodes I've recorded, all the hosts I've met, they're great friends of mine, so highly recommend that. I think I put some visions of what I would like to see, you know, more sponsorships, more speaking, more of like a, you know, brand ambassador for the company, and just like really working together with like a really good synergy and making sure that we are genuinely like collaborating. Like, I didn't want them to acquire my show. I didn't want to be completely in control. I want there to be a partnership. I looked up all of the subsidiaries that Spotify has, which is like a lot. And I looked around and I'm like, oh, I don't really know. Like, who's gonna respond? I found people on LinkedIn. I kind of like requested them super casually. And then I found the Instagrams of those places. I sent them a DM. I was like, hi, I have an idea. I would love to talk to someone on your team. And they sent me an email. From there, I took the email, sent my deck, sent a little pitch, and they got back to me. They're like, you sound super dope. You would be great for our live audio platform, Green Room. Would you like to chat? So I'm like, boom, let's go. So we have the chat. They're like, boom, let's do it. A couple weeks later, they had picked it up. I started doing my live audio show June 11th, and the rest is kind of history. The coolest part about it is that I did visualize this, and I had this vision that the show was going to like get to a point where it would be picked up by a network. So I've also loved live audio because it provides me with like more of a community and more people that I can engage with and network with. The first season was the OG, the archives, everything you need is within. A lot of people are like, oh my God, Gigi, I really want a deal. Can you help me out here? And I think there's a couple of things, like, I'm not going to gatekeep how I did things, but also with that, I want to show you all and teach you all how I've done these things, but I'm not gonna tell you exactly like the exact contact, because it's just like disrespectful to my contacts and it doesn't uphold my integrity and my trust. I really believe that networking is very individual. If you specifically want something, you have to go out of your way to get it. It doesn't come to you on a silver platter. So yeah, basically I host these live audio shows, and I also get to talk to amazing creators. I was in a room with Kelly Uchis and Benny Drama and some other like really cool TikTok people around Halloween. And then I also have done other things with like K-pop stars and hosting rooms for the VMAs, and just like it's really cool to have a bunch of different people there and to host and to talk about things. And I think it's going to be awesome because one day I actually believe that I'm going to be on a red carpet doing interviews with celebrities, or maybe I will be one of the people walking that will be interviewed there. Who knows? The pros and the cons of working with a network. Here's what you have to know from my perspective. The pros would definitely be the fact that I have all of this support internally and I get to network and meet a bunch of really awesome people. The cons would just be like they manage so many different people. Like, how can they completely give you all of their attention? And that's just like a bandwidth thing, and that would happen anytime really. Overall, I've genuinely loved it. I felt super supported, and obviously it's like super cool. I released Everything You Need Is Within on September 1st. All of the episodes were officially released by the end of December 2021. The archives have all been released as well. And now we are at a point where we are going into season 3. And season 3 rebrand is going to be super, super cool in my eyes. The show is going to be focused more towards social media and mental health. And I'm going to bring a lot of actors, reality TV stars, TikTok stars, and more into the show. And I think it's just going to be a really amazing way to share the minds of all of these genius creators and actors who are killing it, and they just need to have a break and have like a real conversation, like something that's not about drama, something that's not made up, something that's not just like constantly looking at numbers. It's like, hey, how are you doing? Let's chat about it. And just reminding you that like they're human too. They're not these like, I mean, they are like celebrities, but they're like, you know, not otherworldly. That's the tea on Everything You Need Is Within. I'm super excited to launch season 3. Stay tuned for all to come. There may or may not be some video involved. Can't wink. I'm really excited to release all of that. I may or may not put it on YouTube. If you're not following It's Everything You Need Is Within on Instagram, make sure you go follow right now. And if you're not following me at It's Gigi Robinson everywhere, please go follow me. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. And if you want to know how I acquired other partnerships, please send me a message or comment down below so that I can teach you as much as possible. Bye guys.